Hello, everyone. Welcome to Barca News. It is February 28th, 2024, and a new sponsor has emerged in case the whole Nike deal and the Puma deal end up falling through. Also, reports are stating that Jean Laporta has requested from Xavi Hernandez to stay for one more season. And finally, Barcelona are interested in Brighton's attacker, Joao Pedro. We have a lot to discuss. So let's. Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Mo and this is Barca News' live podcast, which is on every Mondays and Wednesdays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where not only do I get to share the news with you, but I also get to interact with you wonderful people in the chat section by reading your comments out loud, answering any questions, and get a discussion going. Now, having said that, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and drop a comment. If you are looking to buy any Barcelona jerseys or merchandise, make sure you hit the kit bag, especially for people here in the US who cannot buy from the Barcelona store. And if you are looking to place any sports bets, make sure you head to Bet Us. Both links for Kickback and Bet Us are down below in the description. Now, let's begin with the news because the Royal Spanish Football Federation has rejected Sevilla's complaint in regards to the referee that oversaw the match between Sevilla and Real Madrid. Now, in case you haven't heard by now, this is something we've talked about these past few days, but Real Madrid and Sevilla played over the weekend. I think it was on Sunday. Real Madrid won 1-0 with a late goal by Luka Modric. And while the referee that was in charge of that match, it was this guy on the screen whose name is Isidro Mera de Diaz. He was the referee assigned for that match. And right before the match, Real Madrid TV started posting videos blasting and criticizing this referee, like they have done all season. Whenever Real Madrid find out who the referee is going to be in charge of their match, Real Madrid TV then turn around and start releasing videos, attacking and criticizing that referee. And in this case, it was no different with Real Madrid attacking Isidro Mera de Diaz right before the match between them and Sevilla. And as a result, Sevilla filed a complaint with the Royal Spanish Football Federation, alleging harassment of the referee, and of course requesting some kind of punishment towards Real Madrid. Now, La Liga had said in the past that they couldn't do anything about this, that the only way that something could be done if a club filed a complaint. So since Sevilla did file a complaint, La Liga then came out and said that they were going to join the complaint, but only if the Royal Spanish Football Federation opened an investigation. And well, today, the Royal Spanish Football Federation have decided to dismiss the complaint by Sevilla, rejecting it, saying that simply, it was not enough for an investigation to be open. Now, the matter is not closed because Sevilla have said that what they're going to do is reformulate the complaint. They're going to rewrite the complaint to put, enough, or what the Royal Spanish Football Federation could consider enough, and then they're going to file it again. So the matter is not over, but I think that with this decision, the Royal Spanish Football Federation is making it clear once again that when it comes to Real Madrid, there's a clear double standard in the Spanish league where Real Madrid can do whatever they want, but everyone else has to abide by the law. And if they don't, they get punished. Now, you might say, what am I talking about? Am I just ranting? No, I'm not just ranting. So I'm going to give you exact examples. Let's start with David Lopez, a Girona player who criticized refereeing, and as a result, he received a 4-match ban. Another example, Sergio Canales from Real Betis. He criticized refereeing. He also got 4-match ban. And there is Jose Luis Gaya, who also criticized referees, and he also got a 4-match ban. Now, on the other hand, we have Ancelotti, who has criticized referees in post-match press conferences. No bans. We have Real Madrid TV that have been criticizing referees every single week since the season began. Nothing. And this is just when it comes to refereeing, to criticizing referees. Let's not forget that over this past weekend, Nico Williams received a red card because he applauded the referee sarcastically. But yet Vinicius Jr. did that a few weeks ago. Same thing, applauded the referee sarcastically. Nothing. Here's an image of him telling the referee that he's on drugs. Nothing. Not a red card, nothing. He has gone up to referees and done this like you're crazy. Nothing. He's called referees sons of bitches to their face. Nothing. No bans. And let's not forget, when Vinicius Jr. actually slapped a player in the face, got a red card, but then the red card was reversed because apparently he had the right to, because he had been racially abused. But then Vitor Roque, he gets tackled, receives a red card for getting tackled, and his red card is not reversed because according to the committee, they didn't want to arbitrate a match that was over. But they were okay removing Vinicius Jr.'s red card when he slapped a player in the face. But Vitor Roque gets a red card for getting tackled, and they can't reverse his card because they don't want to arbitrate a match. And the list goes on and on. We have Federico Valverde punching a player in the face. He doesn't get any punishment. Lewandowski touches his nose. He gets a 3-match ban. The list goes on and on and on and on. And if I go over every single incident, this video would be 10 hours long. So I'm not going to bore you with more examples. I think I've touched on plenty. But the message is very clear that in La Liga, Real Madrid get to do whatever they want. But when it comes to other clubs, they have to follow the rules. And if they don't follow the rules, they are punished. Now, you might say, why am I talking about this? How does this concern Barcelona? It does concern Barcelona because Barcelona plays in the Spanish league. And the fact that there's a double standard in the Spanish league, that directly affects Barcelona. It's already affected us this season. It affected us with, Vitor Roque with his red card not getting removed. It affected us with Lewandowski when he touched his nose and got a 3-match ban. It affects us every match we play. So, yes, this is Barca related. I'm tired of people saying, how is this Barca related? This is It's very related. It affects us every day. Now, I did put it at the beginning of this live stream because I love it whenever I talk about Real Madrid and referees. We get a bunch of Madridista trolls who have complete breakdowns in the comment section. And I always think it's hilarious. I love reading their comments. So I decided, to save them the time, not have to go through that whole live stream. I put it at the beginning so they can see it and then they can, comment. Because, again, I get a lot of enjoyment of watching Madridistas get total nervous breakdowns in the comment section. But anyways, let's start with the comments. Oh, did not mean to do that. But let's start with the comments, and then we will talk about the new sponsor that just emerged in case the Nike and the Puma deals fall through. All right, let's see. Java the Hut says, what do you think of the news that Haaland agent met with Laporta? We don't need him. We have Roque, Pau Victor, Margiu. Alvarez is better since he's cheaper and plays in different position. I'm not going to talk about Haaland in this video. I'm going to be making a separate video right after this live stream ends, only because I did not. When the news came out, I was preparing the live stream. I had just uploaded the video. I was preparing the live stream, so I didn't get time to prepare the news about Haaland, but I will talk about him as soon as this live stream ends. And David says, no, when speaking about player, Mo, I think that's what he meant. Speaking about players Barca are tracking, could you please put their names on the screen? The names, I'll start doing it on the screen, but usually the names are in the description. So if you want to check the description, if not, check the tags. And Sherkute says Xavi is doing well now, but if we say that, we will leave him to stay till next season. At the middle of the season, he will be sacked because of poor performance. I will talk about Xavi in a little bit. But Blaurana Kule says, saw some bullshit that Al Hilal offered money to Ter Stegen to come join them in the summer. My fake news radar is speaking like a boss. It's not fake news. I reported it in the video. Yes, Al Hilal have made an offer for Mark Ter Stegen, but Mark Ter Stegen is not interested in leaving Barcelona. Neither is Barcelona interested in offloading Ter Stegen. So not fake news, just we'll call it irrelevant news because, they can offer however much they want. It's not happening. Anyways, let's talk about Nike because today Gigantes, which is led by Gerard Romero, a very prolific and important reporter out in Barcelona, but Gigantes reporters caught Nike executives leaving a meeting with Barcelona, and apparently these were some heavyweight executives. These are some of their executives, the international executive, not their local guys in Spain, but more like their big heavyweight guys who do like the international deals. But Gigantes caught Nike executives leaving the meeting with Barcelona. So it seems like the talks between Barcelona and Nike are still ongoing. Now, in case you haven't been watching my videos these past few weeks, Barcelona have been trying to renegotiate the Nike contract because Bartomeu signed a contract renewal back in 2018 with Nike, which is way, way below market value because there's nothing that Bartomeu could do right. So another thing where he, messed up everything. And as a result, Nike have estimately been paying Barcelona around 35 million euros fixed per season, which is incredibly, incredibly way below market value. And as a result, Barcelona have been trying to renegotiate that contract, telling Nike, you need to up their offer or we're going to have to go somewhere else. Now, Barcelona still wanted to sit down with Nike because, they have a relationship that dates all the way back to 1998. So even though the contract is way below market value, Barcelona still want to see if they can, make it work because it's still beneficial for both parties. And so far, Nike have said no, they're not willing to up their offer by too much, only by very little. And they're not going to make a huge push for Barcelona. And if Barcelona want to leave, they can go ahead and leave and break the contract. But just know that Nike are willing to sue Barcelona and ask for 350 million euros in damages in court. But today, again, Gigantes caught Nike executives leaving a meeting with Barcelona, which means that it seems that it's not over and both parties are still talking. Now, we'll see if Nike end up upping their offer more, if they're gonna insist on a very low increase, which that's so far what they have offered. Of course, we have Puma, who currently are awaiting Barcelona's response. Puma have offered Barcelona a lot more money, close to 200 million euros. Or 250, some saying are 250. So a lot of money for sure. It's estimated it's going to be, I think, 100 plus per season, and another 100 million euros as a signing bonus. And as I reported in yesterday's video, Puma are starting to have a bad sensation about the whole thing because they feel like maybe Barcelona are using them to try to get more money out of Nike. So talks have definitely slowed down with Puma, where Puma are feeling like Barcelona are using them. It looks like the talks between Barcelona and Nike are still ongoing since the executives were seen today leaving the meeting. But in case all falls through and Barcelona decide to break the contract with Nike and Puma decide we're done waiting, a new sponsor has presented themselves. Now, who's the sponsor? Drum roll. It is Hummel. I don't know how you say it. I'm guessing it's Hummel. But if you never heard of them, it's a Dutch company. They already outfit a couple of teams in La Liga. They outfit Real Betis and Las Palmas. They also outfit some teams in the Premier League. They outfit Everton and Southampton. And they also outfit, obviously, several teams in the Danish league, since it is a Danish company. I'm sorry, not Danish. It's a Dutch. No, it's a Danish. Dutch, Danish. I think Danish. But anyways, they outfit many teams in the Danish league, a couple in La Liga, and a couple in the Premier League. Now, a lot of people are saying, oh my God, what do you mean, Hummel? How are we going to go from Nike to Hummel? And for that, people, I'll say, chill. I got the answer for you. Hummel would not outfit Barcelona. What Hummel would do, it would lend Barcelona its production capability. So in other words, Barcelona would outfit itself. Barcelona would produce its own kits. Barcelona would produce its own merchandise. And all Hummel would do is lend Barcelona its manufacturing arm. So Barcelona would design everything and would use Hummel's factories, etc., to produce their own kits. And then it would use the infrastructure of Hummel to distribute its own kits around the world. So that's how it worked. It's not that Barcelona would wear Hummel kits. Barcelona would design their own kits. They would make their own kits, and Hummel would just be the manufacturer. And this has been a long dream of Joan Laporta. Joan Laporta has always dreamed of Barcelona producing its own merchandise rather than having to pay, to split their profits with other companies. Barcelona have always dreamt, or Laporta has always dreamt of Barcelona making its own products. And this could be one way that they could do it. They, of course, would have to pay Hummel some money for using their manufacturing arm, but it's not going to be as much money as paying it's not going to be as much profit sharing as it would with Puma or Nike, who are actually producing and designing everything. Anyways, that's the news. Let's get back to the comment section, and then we will talk about Xavi Hernandez. Oh my God, Satbir watching all the way from Brisbane, Australia. That's pretty amazing. By the way, Australia is definitely high on my list. I would love to visit one day, as long as I don't get punched by a kangaroo, but definitely on my high list. And Tato says, let's make Mo La Liga president so La Liga would be best league to watch and Madrid would get relegated with these punishments that they deserve. Hey, I'm all for it. Let's go. I think, let's see. If Tebas gets elected now, are they 5-year terms? So that means 2029. All right, let's do it. Hashtag Mo for president 2029. NJ Flip says, obviously, DM is the most important role we need to reinforce. We should look at Luis Maximiano, goalkeeper, as a future replacement with Franco. Should be signed and loan him back to River Plate. All right, that's actually a good idea. That's what Manchester City are gonna do with Echeverri. Yes, they signed him already, but they're loaning him to is it River Plate? I forgot Echeverri's team, but Echeverri's being loaned back, and he's gonna play another season. Balamusa says, "Hi Mo, airport." Came out. A report came out that Atletico Madrid asked for 70-80 million for Joao. That's always been the case. Atletico Madrid want to make at least half what they spent on Joao Felix. They spent 120 million. So reportedly, they're going to ask for a minimum of 60 because that's half, because they obviously have amortization to worry about. So Barcelona will reportedly ask for another loan extension. So they want to take Felix on loan for another season because there's no way that Barcelona could pay 60 million this summer for the player. I don't even think we should take him on loan for another season. I think we should just pay his ticket back to Madrid, say thank you for coming, have a great day, and have a nice life. All right, let's get back to the news because reports have been stating that Joan Laporta requested from Xavi Hernandez to stay for one more season. Now, Xavi Hernandez renewed his contract back in November, extending it until 2025. Of course, he announced he's resigning at the end of the season. And it's reported that Joan Laporta, given that Barcelona are in a difficult financial situation and that Barcelona are having a hard time finding a replacement for Xavi, it's reported that Laporta, in an unofficial conversation, so a casual conversation, asked of Xavi Hernandez to please stay for one more season, finish out your contract until 2025. It's reported that not only did Laporta say this, but that supposedly the vice president, Rafa Yuste, said the same thing to Xavi Hernandez, told him, please, can you stay for one more season? Just finish out your contract until the summer of 2025. Now, the club, sources at the club have neither confirmed nor denied this. They're not addressing this. However, Xavi Hernandez's entourage, people who are very close to the Barcelona coach, have spoken out about this and have completely 100% denied that this conversation ever took place. They're saying that neither Laporta nor Rafa Yuste spoke to Xavi. Neither of them asked him to stay for one more season. Xavi Hernandez's decision is final. He's going to leave at the end of the season. And also Laporta and everyone else's decision to accept the resignation of Xavi is also final. So nobody, or at least for now, nobody has changed their minds. No one has changed their posture. Everybody is still, with the idea that Xavi is leaving at the end of the season. So no truth to those reports. Of course, this is as of today, February 28th. I don't know, tomorrow, maybe Barcelona win the Champions League and La Liga, and Laporta does ask Xavi to stay. But for now, Laporta has not asked Xavi to stay, and Xavi has no intention of staying. And Laporta, so far, is still with the same idea that Xavi is leaving at the end of the season. All right, let's get back to the comment section, and then we have to talk about Joao Pedro. All right, Victor says, watching from Trinidad and Tobago. Welcome, Victor. Let's see. Sean says, hey, Mo, given Barca financial trouble, I believe we need to sacrifice the next season and not sign anyone and use monies that are freed up to properly register Gavi contract and trust the youth. The thing is, you have to spend money to make money. If we don't sign anyone and we risk going another season trophyless, that could mean even less money in the future because people don't want to watch a team that's constantly losing and playing awful. So that means loss of ticketing. That means loss of TV rights. Also, people don't want to buy jerseys of players who are not doing well. So that also means loss of, merchandising, sponsors. Sponsors want to pay teams that are winning money. Some sponsors want to see certain players on the squad. They want to see stars. And if there's no stars, sponsors don't want to sign. So that could hinder Barcelona's ability to sign more sponsors. Current sponsors could end up leaving because sometimes sponsorship deals do have clauses in them that, a team have to have certain players, certain stars. And if those players leave, then, those sponsors leave with them. So not signing everyone on paper sounds a good idea. Like, yeah, let's just save money. But it could actually end up costing the club a lot more money with the loss of ticketing, TV rights, sponsorship, merchandising, etc., etc., etc. Laurana Kulis says, I swear, if Xavi comes back for another season, I'll be so gutted and looking towards the next season with depression and anxiety. 100% agree with you. Unfortunately, it's pretty obvious. Xavi Hernandez is not the proper coach for Barcelona, or at least at the moment. I don't know, maybe in the future he becomes better. Maybe who knows, next Pep Guardiola, but not at the moment. Xavi is not the right coach for Barcelona at the moment. He's shown us that he is not capable of managing, such a big team. He's shown us that he's not capable of building a project from the ground up. He's shown us that he's not capable of learning from his own mistakes. The list is infinite. Obviously, there's a lot of great things that Xavi has done. I believe under him, Frankie, we've seen the best form of Frankie. He's given a lot of chances to the youngsters. I mean, he's done a lot of great things. He's unified the locker room, but I don't think he's the right coach, or at least at the moment. But anyways, let's get back to the news because it's reported that Barcelona, by the way, I wore an Under Armour shirt today because a lot of people were like, you're wearing Nike. Anyways, but let's talk about an attacker that Barcelona are interested in and have actually reached out to his entourage, and that is Joao Pedro. It looks like Barcelona are on a mission to collect as many Joaos as possible. I think that's going to be extremely confusing for football commentators in the future when they're, narrating a match. They're like, Joao runs and passes it to Joao, who passes it to the other Joao, who passes it back to Joao. Joao shoots and Joao scores. And people on the radio are like, who? But anyways, in Barcelona's mission to collect as many Joaos as possible, it's reported that they are interested in Joao Pedro. If you don't know who he is, he's a 22-year-old center forward who can also play as a left winger, who's currently absolutely killing it at Brighton. This Joao, unlike the other two Joaos, is actually Brazilian, not Portuguese. But so far, he has scored 19 goals and provided 2 assists for Brighton. And it's reported that Barcelona have reached out to his entourage because the club are considering a swap deal between Joao Pedro and Ansu Fati, with Ansu Fati, of course, joining Brighton on a permanent transfer, and Joao Pedro coming to Barcelona to fill that left winger role, which Barcelona are so desperately in need. Now, so far, there's no news as far as, if the player is willing to come or if Brighton are willing to exchange him or not. But just know that this is something that Barcelona are seriously considering, bringing Joao Pedro and exchanging him for Ansu Fati, who, of course, we all know Roberto De Zerbi is a big fan of. And in fact, some are even saying that they have developed a really close friendship with Ansu Fati being seen with Roberto De Zerbi, I think, having dinner at Ansu's house or De Zerbi's house or someone's house. I don't know. I don't care about those kind of things. But that's what Barcelona are considering, bringing yet another Joao, because why not? We should aim to have 11 Joaos on the field to just confuse everybody. Why not? Anyways, let's do the comment section, and then we will talk about Fermin Lopez. Let's see. Zaidi says, what do you think about our upcoming match? I think it's going to be a very difficult one. Athletic Club de Bilbao are always a headache for Barcelona, and more so when you go to San Mamés, because San Mamés is a very difficult stadium. The fans are on top of you. They're singing, they're chanting the entire 90 minutes. It's a super loud stadium. And then I think Athletic Club de Bilbao have gotten so far 7 or 10 victories in a row at San Mamés. So it's going to be an incredibly difficult match. One We'll see what happens. Says, I thought Flick said to agent, make everything so he can get Barca. Yes, Flick is dying to come. I think if I had to bet money, my bet would be that a German coach is going to end up in Barcelona, most likely being Flick. All right, let's see. What else? Victor says, I believe Barca is going to do well next season, regardless of who's the coach. Chemistry going in squad. I mean, we still need a coach. We cannot, cannot just depend on the chemistry. Mari X says, I saw a video which say that Hansi Flick played vertical football and for defense rely on fast fullbacks, but we don't have that and a slow midfield except Gabi. I talked about this before. Our midfield is not slow. Our midfield moves the ball slow. That doesn't mean they're slow. And the reason they move the ball slow is because, again, there's no automatic passes. There's no mechanisms. They are. If you look back, Iniesta, Xavi, and Busquets, probably the greatest midfield ever, they were not fast players. But they moved the ball faster than anyone in the world. Why? Because they had those mechanisms plays, those triangulations, those automatic passes that they trained over and over again and then executed during match day. And that's how they were able to move the ball so fast, because they already knew before they even got the ball, they already knew where their teammates were going to be. So as soon as the ball got to them, all they had to do is pass the ball to the zone where they already knew their teammate was going to be at, because they already had practiced that, right? Pep Guardiola had already drawn that on the map and said, okay, Xavi, when you have the ball, Iniesta, you're going to run here. Busquets, you're going to run here, right? So by the time Xavi got the ball, he already knew where Iniesta was going to be and where Busquets was going to be and where Messi was going to be without even having to look, up and see, are they there? No, he already knew they were going to be there because they practiced that over and over again. Xavi's Barca does not practice that. So what happens when a player gets the ball? He has to look up. Okay, where's everybody? Okay, that guy's over there. No, he has a defender on him. Let me see that guy. I had a good open window. Now it's closed. And by then it's way too late. So our midfield is not slow. Our midfield moves the ball slow because it lacks any kind of tactics or identity. And Klaus says, SC Joao Celona. And then our slogan could be, instead of Más que un club, it could be Más que un Joao, which means more than one Joao. That's actually perfect. That's going to be my act as when I run for presidency of Barcelona. Collect 11 Joaos, change the team's name to FC Joao Celona, and change the slogan to Más que un Joao. I love it. All right. Let's do the last bit of news, and then we'll do a lot more comments. But let's talk about, drumroll, Fermin Lopez, because Barcelona are in talks with our young star to extend his contract yet once again. Now you might say, why are Barcelona trying to extend Fermin's contract when he just signed a new one? Well, Fermin Lopez did extend his contract just recently. He signed a contract until 2027, and Barcelona are in negotiations to renew it again because they want to increase his salary. Now, due to the financial fair play restrictions, when Barcelona renewed Fermin Lopez's contract these past few months, they gave him a very low salary that's not really equivalent to a first-team player's salary, because Barcelona didn't have the margin to do it. And Fermin Lopez, being the culé that he is, being the man of the club that he is, he accepted it. Didn't even think about it. He didn't care that his salary was below market value. He accepted it. And now that Barcelona are going to have a little bit more room to breathe in the summer when they make some sales, they want to increase his salary because he deserves it. So they want to increase his contract by one more year from 2027 until 2028. And in the process of giving him this new contract, which is longer, they also want to increase his salary, which reflects, a first-team salary, and of course gives this youngster the salary he deserves, because he deserves way more than what he's currently receiving. Anyways, that is all the news. Lots of news. I didn't think I was going to get through all of it, but there is a video I posted earlier if you haven't checked it out. Good news in there about 2 stars that Barcelona are currently tracking. Make sure to watch it. And after this, I will be talking about Erling Haaland as soon as this live stream ends. But let's do a few more comments. Victor says, we haven't lost a game since Xavi made his announcements. That should not go unnoticed. I mean, there's nothing to notice. The team still plays awful. Yeah, we played good against Getafe, but all the other matches were still awful. And who did we play against? Granada. the second worst team in the Liga. Rayo, no, sorry, not Rayo. Celta Vigo, the fourth worst team in La Liga. I mean, that's not something to be proud of. Plus, a coach should not announce his resignation for the team to start playing well. That's how you know you really do need a new coach. Anyways, Leon says, I recommend you watch the Purist Footballs video on Flick, Nagelsmann, and De Zerbi. All right. I don't know who the Purist is, but I'll check out those videos. Thank you for the recommendation, my friend. Stel says, we should consider try to get Ian Cotto from Girona. His playstyle reminds me of Joao Cancelo. And Mari says, this season, De Zerbi is not doing well. Brighton. All right. And Monster Lou says, thanks for the info. Good night and Bisca Barça. Thank you for watching, my friend. And yes, good night and Bisca Barça. And that's a perfect comment to end the live stream on because, well, one more. Why not? I'm feeling like, reading comments and talking to people. But B says, why don't we go for Kimmich, big name, CDM, and Tuchel, relation broken, and Barca fan or Xavi at least? Well, it will all depend on how much Bayern asks for him. It's looking like, yes, Kimmich will be leaving this summer. It's now looking like he wants to renew. And since his contract is up in 2025 and he doesn't renew, then this would be the last summer that Bayern can make money off him. Otherwise, he would leave for free. So it is looking like, it is looking like Kimmich will be leaving. So it will all depend on how much Bayern Munich asks for him and, of course, his salary. But Barcelona are tracking the situation. They are interested in Kimmich. We'll see how much Bayern asks for and how much money Kimmich himself asks for. And depending on that, then Barcelona will make a decision. But anyways, that is all the news for this podcast. Again, I will be uploading another video in a little bit talking about Erling Haaland and the meeting he had between his agents and Deco. So stay tuned for that. But thank you for tuning in. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you for watching, for your likes, for your subscriptions. As always, Visca Barça.